Now moving to the next problem on pyramid. A square pyramid of 30 mm edge of the base and 60 mm length of axis is having an edge of base inclined at 45 degree to HP and in the VP. Now base edge is given in the VP. So my first assumption should be entire base is lying in the VP. Now next line is draw the projections if the triangular face containing that edge is inclined at 30 degree to the VP. But for the first stage, now there is confusion where to take the base first. Since one of the base edge is in the VP, my initial assumption should be entire base is in the VP. And while drawing the base, there are two possibilities. Since it is a square pyramid, I can draw a square with two edges parallel or perpendicular to XY line or with kite shape. But since we want one of the base edge in the in the VP, we will draw a square with two edges parallel and perpendicular to XY lines. And obviously we are keeping the base in the VP, so that will be seen as a true shape in front view and not with the in the top view. So in previous all the problems we started with the base below XY line because that was seen as a true shape in top view. But in this particular problem, the base is assumed initially entirely in the VP, so that will be seen as a true shape in front view. So we will start with the base, which is a square above XY line, square of 30 mm edge, base edge, and obviously, so we need to first keep some distance from the XY line. We can't start the base with the XY line. So we will draw a parallel line of 30 mm. Then we will draw two perpendicular edges we will mark again 30 mm. Dimensions are too small, so again we will draw a parallel line to get another perpendicular. Okay, now we will mark again 30 mm on this line. And since it is a pyramid, along with the base, we have to mark the slant edges also. So we need to join the opposite corners to get the slant edges for the square pyramid. So obviously this intersection will give me the center of the base and which will be the apex again. So we'll mark the notations now. Now here with dash, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash. And this will be O dash, O dash, one for base and one for apex. Now we'll complete the corresponding top view. First we need to project the axis height of 60 mm in the top view with the center, and remaining corners we need to project only up to XY line since it is a pyramid and not a prism. So after projecting this, we'll first mark the axis length 60 mm starting with the XY line, and it should be long dash, short dash, because none of the slant edges are coinciding with the axis. So after marking 60, we'll draw the slant edges, which are the boundaries, dark, and then the base. Now we'll mark the corresponding notations in top view 1, 4 and 2, 3, and this will be O. and again this will be O. Okay. So now here two slant edges are coinciding. Also here two slant edges are coinciding. So we are seeing the front top view like this with the axis long dash short dash. Now in second stage we need to redraw the top view. So we need a condition with the VP, and the condition is given for triangular face containing that edge. Means the edge which we have kept on right hand side is 2 dash 3 dash, which is a point in top view 2 3. So we need to keep this point still in the XY on the HP in the VP. That means we need to keep that 2 3 on XY only, but the triangular face containing that edge, means triangular face containing that edge is 2 3 O. This slant edge is nothing but a triangular face. Okay, so now this face should be made 30 degree to the VP, inclined at 30 degree to the VP. So we will just rotate this triangular face, which is O23, inclined at 30 degree on this side. So we'll first mark fix 2 3 here. Okay, leave some space. So 2 3. Then we'll draw inclination of 30 degree, because angle with the VP we need to use for redrawing top view condition with the VP. So this triangular face we need to tilt at 30 degree. So obviously this angle is phi, which is given as 30 degree, and given for triangular face, which is nothing but this edge in the top view. So now we'll complete this triangle, marking the distances. So from 2 3 we know the apex distance. So we'll mark along that triangular face inclined line. Then 2 to 3 again we have 1 to 4, which is a base. So we'll cut an arc for that, and then remaining O to 1 4. So we have already marked O here. This will give me 1 4. So writing the notations O, and this will be 1 4. So we'll redraw the triangle again. And then base. So we have to also mark this O, which is the center for marking the axis, center of the base, and that is long dash short dash. I will complete the corresponding front view in second stage. Now for problems on solids, the first question before starting is where to draw the base, means above XY or below XY. So in this case the base is in the VP, so that's why we need to start above XY. And the second should be question should be how to draw the base. Here we have drawn the square base with two edges perpendicular and two edges parallel. In some cases it can be a kite shape, that depends on the question. So you should always ask two questions before starting the problem on solid. Those are where to draw the base. First question is where to draw the base, and second question is how to draw the base. So now we'll mark the remaining points. Here it will be 2, then 3, then here 1 and 4. This will be the center of the base, and this will be the apex with dash in front view. Now the rules of visibility: boundary is dark, Then the slant edge O2 is again on the boundary, O3 again on the boundary, O dash 3 dash. Now we are left with one of the bases 2 dash 3 dash. Observer will be looking from this side. 2 dash and 3 dash is the farthest corner or a edge for the observer, so that will be hidden, not visible to the observer. Now we are left with two slant edges which are O dash 1 dash and O dash 4 dash. Since it is nearer to the observer, it should be dark. So both the slant edges should be dark, and again it can't be dotted because, as I told initially, no two dotted lines will cross or no two dark lines will cross each other. So these lines should be dark. So O dash to 4 dash and then O dash to 1 dash will be dark. Okay. And then we need to mark the axis long dash short dash. Okay. Now we'll move to the next step. Now for redrawing the front view in third stage, we need a condition with respect to HP, which is given as edge of the base inclined at 45 degree to the HP. The edge of the base which was kept in VP, the notation for that is 2 dash 3 dash, which is a point here, again which is a point here, but now it has again a edge visible to me. So 2 dash, now this edge 2 dash 3 dash, I need to make it 45 degree inclined to the HP. Since the true length is same here as compared to the first stage, so this inclination is true inclination with the HP, so I can directly mark this true length on true inclination. But for that, instead of directly marking this, I'll first mark the rectangle. Since this is inclined at 45 degrees, so this 1 dash 4 dash should also be inclined at 45 degrees. So we will start with the boundary of rectangle. Now again, next question is how to tilt. I can tilt like this or like this, clockwise or anti-clockwise. But for that we need to check if anything is given about the apex, whether it is nearer to the observer, away from the observer. So nothing is mentioned, so I can take any case. So we will tilt in anti-clockwise direction. So base will be in base will be nearer to XY and apex will be away from the XY. So first I will draw 45 degree line. Then on that 45 degree line, I will first mark this boundary of the rectangle, 1 dash 4 dash. By keeping some distance from the XY. So I'll start it here because nothing will come below this. Now to mark the length of the rectangle, we'll draw perpendiculars from both the corners to the inclined line. Now after this, we need to mark the length of the rectangle. So we'll mark these points, these corners. And we'll first finish the rectangle, then we'll draw the points inside. Now we have already got this 4 dash and 1 dash. We are tilting like this. So 4 dash will come, 1 dash will come here and 4 dash will be here. Okay. Then we know the distance from 1 dash to 2 dash, which is lying on the length of the rectangle, which will be same distance for 4 dash to 3 dash. So we'll mark these two arcs along the length. So this will give me 1 dash to 2 dash and 4 dash to 3 dash. Then for marking O dash and O dash O dash, I should first mark the center. That means this distance means we need to divide the width of the rectangle. So I'll get center line here, and on this center line I'll draw a parallel line to the rectangle, length of the rectangle, and on this center line only we are going to get O dash and O dash. So this will be the apex, and for marking O dash I'll take this distance, or if this is smaller then you can start with the apex, because that is this, taking that small distance in compass is difficult, so I'll mark the longer distance. So this will give me the O dash. Now I'll redraw with the same visibility after marking all the points. So this boundary, and then 2 dash 3 dash is dotted line, which is the base edge we need to make inclined at 45 degree. But since that base edge is parallel to this base edge, so obviously while drawing the rectangle we first initially mark 1 dash 4 dash, which is the boundary of rectangle at 45 degree. Then obviously we are getting this 2 dash 3 dash, which is parallel to 1 dash 4 dash, inclined at the same angle. So now we'll complete with all slant edges dark. And then remaining is the axis, long dash short dash. Okay. Now we'll mark the final position, required answer, final top view. For that we'll project from each view 4 dash, 3 dash, in center of the base, 1 dash, 2 dash, and finally apex. Similarly from top view. First, this is the center of the base, 4 dash, then the apex, and then this chord. So this is O. I will mark the points 2 and 3. First 4 dash is here, so 4, then 3 dash on this line, so 3 is on the XY line, so 3 dash will be, sorry, without dash. Then O is the center of base on this line, so I'll mark O here. Then 1 dash will be here, so 1. Then 2 dash is again on the XY line, so 2 will be here, and finally O here. Okay. Now we'll mark the visibility. Observable position is this. So first we'll make the boundary dark. So 3 to 4 is on the boundary, 2 to 3 is again on the boundary, then 4 to 1, sorry, because after joining 1 to 4, 4 to 1 will go inside, so we can't decide that whether 4 to 1 is on the boundary, but 2 to O is on the boundary. I can make it dark. Okay. Then if you see O to 4, 1 is lying inside, so O to 4 will be a boundary. Okay. Now we need to decide for 2 base edges, which is 1 4 and 1 2, and then remaining 2 slant edges, O1 and O3. Okay. So for that we'll see the observer position. 1 is the farthest point for the observer, 1 dash. So all the lines starting with 1. So here we will get 3 lines from corner 1, which are 2 base edges, 1 2, that will be dotted, and second base edges 1 4, again a dotted line. and then the slant edge O1 will be again a dotted line. Now we are left with only one slant edge, which is O3. Since O'3' is nearer to the observer, O3 will be a dark line. And last thing is apex to axis, center of the base. So marking the axis, long dash, short dash. Okay. Be careful here because apex is below this 1 and 4. So that's why we are getting 1 inside. So O4 becomes the outer boundary. So this completes the solution. Here we need to remember that we have to start with base in the VP. So we'll start with the base, which is a square above the XY line. Base age is 30. Then axis height we need to show here, which is 60. Then inclination phi is already marked because it is with the VP. Then again we are given this inclination for base edge kept in the VP, that is 2-3'. So I can show here. Now this inclination is theta and not the phi because it is given with the HP, which is 45 degree. So here it is 30, here it is 45. So this completes the solution for this particular problem. Check once again whether we have left any edges. No, I think it's fine.